Hello everyone and welcome back to HorsecrazyMC's YouTube channel. It's been a very long time since I've done a video and I must say I've been missing it. You get busy with life every now and then and have to push some things aside, and unfortunately my Minecraft channel had to be one of them. However, I am back, at least temporarily, so we will see how much we can get done. So I had asked on my Facebook page if any of you would like to see me actually physically working on one of the builds that I've been playing around with for the past about a month. It's taken me a lot longer to play with, obviously, because I haven't really had much time. But I've been doing it all off camera, and a few of you had said that you would greatly enjoy to actually watch me during my building process. So I thought I'd go ahead and start working on it. So this is actually one of the many buildings that's part of the Equine Science section of Olds College campus out in Olds, Alberta. It's one of the buildings that I spend a great deal of time in during my classes as I work on getting my diploma in Equine Science and my Equine Canada coaching certificate. So I just wanted to play around with this in Minecraft. Since I built one of my other farms from back home, I wanted to play around and see if I couldn't get a realistic version of this section of the campus. So I'm just working on building kind of a makeshift beginning to the driveways that come up onto this section of campus. So there's just enough room on this section of the laneway to back a whoops, I need gravel, to back a large truck out with about couple feet on each side, so I need to make this maybe about 7 across. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 8, 9. That would actually be plenty, because you can get 2 vehicles parked side by side in this route. So I'm just gonna go and break all this so I can get my line made, and I'll fill it in actually on Minecraft Edit, because placing individual blocks of gravel is very tedious, and providing I can get this map to open up in Minecraft Edit, I will do it that way. I don't use Minecraft Edit for any of the large buildings. I prefer doing buildings and landscaping and any decorating kind of stuff by hand. The only thing I tend to use Minecraft Edit for is things like roads and walkways, because they're just very tedious to do. If I have a large section like a road that has to be filled with one individual block, I will pull up the map in Minecraft Edit. Otherwise, I leave everything to individual block placement. That way I can have it exactly the way I want it. So this goes out quite far, actually. We have a parking lot on the other side where the beef center is, which I am actually going to have to create, because the beef center works closely with this building that's behind me on this map. That would probably be out far enough, I would think. So this is a little ditch that just happens to be beside the little walkway for the trees. And this starts pretty much right here. So I'm just gonna place some gravel down just to get my, get out of here, turkey, just to get my borders, because that way when I go and open it up in Minecraft Edit, I know where I'm putting my boundaries. Get out of there, dragonfly. And then I can pretty much attach here. This goes up to the building as parking lot. And then this actually has about a 2-foot, oh, I'll need my, let's grab that half slab. This comes out here as another little tree section. don't think it's quite that close. This isn't to scale by any means, so when I actually show you in the barn in a few minutes, once I get these boundaries placed, you'll actually notice that, like, this barn beside me here is, everyone on campus classifies it as the south barn, but it's actually kind of where all the western students hang out. They have it split up. English and western don't ride in the same barn, which kind of disappoints me, but at the same time we do completely different things in our program, so it kind of makes sense. But that's how a lot of rivalries start, like our Christmas decorating contests get pretty rowdy this time of year before exams. Oh, for heaven's sakes, come on, just place one block. There we go. My laptop can be very sensitive at times, even if I have the sensitivity turned down. Pretty sure this goes down almost all the way, but I'm going to stop it there. I can always place more blocks. And then this all gets filled in with gravel. Like that. And then there's a sign right about here. And that sign is... Oh, stop that. There, and there's two of them. And there we are. So I'm this comes out farther. 1, 2, 3. There is only 3 trees. But they must be spread out more, because this comes pretty much right to here. Because when somebody pulls in right here, the tree is like right there. Especially if you're in a large truck. I'll leave that for now. But I want to get this boundary done, so I have that there. And this gravel goes all the way down and stops about here, I think. The building itself definitely seems a lot longer when you're just measuring it by blocks. But I will put it here because the door is right there, so I just want to... kinda looks like it's here. If it's not, we can always change it later. And the beef center panels will be one of the things I do last. And almost after I get all the other fences set up, because there is actually fences that come out from this door. And we got a few pens that are on this side to hold rough stock for rodeos and cattle, and then it actually comes across the road, which would be here. And then the panels go all the way back to here, and then this is where we have all the cow pens on this side of the road, and the beef center would kind of be where that buckskin horse is standing, because it's about even with our parking lot. If I reverse from my parking spot, I will end up going right into the beef center, so that means it would actually be kind of where that cow is, right there. So I have plenty of room that way, anyway. So now that that's marked, I actually want to get these boundaries lined up. There. Get that out a little wider. And that would go down there. See, this is the part that takes the longest when you're building any map. Any large map, that is. So, I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to leave that for now, because that, for the most part, is the boundary line that I was looking for. So I'm gonna leave that. This actually has to come out past that line. And it actually has to come out to about... Oh, why don't I just put it out one block further? There, and this can actually be filled back up. And then they actually have some residence townhouses for second-year students that way, so... And there is a line of trees that go down the side of the barn, but I will leave that for a moment. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I'll just fly in. So you come in the front door, and you're immediately greeted by a bunch of lockers that are right there along the wall. We have a laundry room in here with, actually, I haven't put them in yet. We actually have some storage in here for feed. Which makes it a very cramped room overall. And then in this corner we have the wash rack right out of the side door here. And I am actually going to take some yellow wool and build right here, because we do have a little marker right there by the wall. So that's the wash rack, and we do have a hose rack that's right there. Not really sure what block to put there though, to be honest. I'm actually back in 1.6 because all my other mods... the main mod that I'm using for this map is Chisel. That's how I got these nice sandstone bricks here, because it was the only block that represented the siding of the building to my... Whoops. The way I wanted it anyway. I'll just close. So I'm actually going to take a picture frame. And a lead. Because we have a hose there. And then I'm actually going to put another one right there. And put a bucket of water in it, because that's where our taps are. So that pretty much does that. There isn't anything on this wall, but we do have a bucket that sits in the corner here for manure. So that, I'll just put a cauldron down for that one. Or a minecart. Ha! Cauldron! There we go. Now I should keep the cauldron in my inventory, because I do have to put a bucket over here.